calling the Ozark Amateur Radio Society Net. Calling the Ozark Amateur Radio Society Net. This is W0ZAC, Whiskey 0 Zulu Alpha Charlie, net control for tonight's net. My name is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Hotel, and I'm located in Mount Vernon. This net meets every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on the W0 OAR repeater at a frequency of 146.97 with a negative offset and PL tone of 162.2 hertz. This is an informal directed net, but it can be interrupted at any time if there is emergency traffic. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. I will now make a few announcements of interest to amateur radio. The annual OARS Club picnic will be Saturday, August 13th at 5 p.m. at Crosby Park in Aurora. That's behind the Sonic. Bob will be there around 3 p.m., so if anybody would like to help him set up or just keep him company, I'm sure he would appreciate it. You do need to bring your own table service. Repeat, bring your own eating utensils. This is going to be a potluck, so bring a side dish as well. Our monthly meeting will be held at the picnic. On September 2nd and 3rd, the OARS Club will be setting up a special event station at the Billings Fair. We're still in need of operators for this event, so if you're of interest, please contact Bob, KA0RM, to sign up. Starting again in September, the OARS Club will meet at the regular meeting location. That would be the Happy House Restaurant in Monette. The meeting starts at 7, but you're welcome to come at 6 p.m. to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you don't have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend. The event is welcome to any family members or anyone interested in amateur radio. The next meeting at Happy House will be Saturday, September the 10th. And one final mention, this net is now being streamed on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel. So if you want to see how you sound on the radio, or you missed part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio? Alrighty, I will now begin taking check-ins. When you check in, please space your calls, give your call sign phonetically, then the regular way, along with your first name and location. Check-ins will be acknowledged, and then comments or announcements will be invited from each station. I'll begin with short-time, low-power, or mobile stations. Please call now, W0ZAC. Okay, one more try for any short-time, low-power, or mobile stations. Please call now. Okay, the net is now open to all check-ins. Any check-ins for the OARS net, please call now, W0ZAC.
N0 KTM, November 0, Kilo Tango Mike, this is Kevin in East Springfield.
November 0, Mike Lima Papa, N0 MLP, Marvin in Greenfield.
K0 SQS, Kilo 0, Sierra, Quebec Sierra, Harold
in Monette.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Mike Juliet, KE0, OMJ, Roger, and Ozark.
WB0 OQV, WB0 Oscar Queen Victor, Jim in Marionville.
All right, we picked up 5 there. We'll see if I copied everybody correctly. We'll start at the top of the list with November 0, Kilo Tango Mike. Kevin, how are you this evening?
This is Kevin, M0KTM, in Springfield. I am doing well tonight. Thank you, Zach, for running the net tonight. Hopefully everybody on the west side of things are doing well. Not a whole lot going on. Just seems to be the week for running around doing errands and doctor visits and grocery stores and things like that. So we did some of that today. Managed to pop into our polling place and vote in the middle of all that. So just doing the same old. Came home and did some things around the house and made dinner and then slept down the stairs here to the shack to participate in the net tonight. I think that's it for me, so I'm going to turn it back to you, Zach. This is M0KTM.
Well, very good, Kevin. Appreciate you taking the time to check in with us tonight, and we look forward to hearing from you next week. Thanks again from W0ZAC, and we'll move on down the list to November 0, Mike Lima Papa. Marvin, how are you, sir?
Zach, doing pretty good tonight. Appreciate you hopping on here and running the net there. Don't got a whole lot going on. I think here after dinner we're going to put a new door on the chicken coop, but that's about it. Otherwise, looking forward to the picnic and the little fair thing over there. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good time. I, too, am looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather cools down for us a little bit and we get some good interaction from the public there. Were you volunteering to operate any?
I haven't yet, but I have been thinking about it. I mean, still haven't got them all filled yet, so I'll probably get a hold of Bob at some point and see what times are there.
Well, very good. I think at last count he still needed some on Friday, but I could be mistaken. Probably better check with him on an updated list. I haven't heard for about a week or so. All right, Marvin, anything else for the net?
No, I think that'll be it for me. Just hope everybody's doing good out there and trying to stay cool. So I'll say 73s and give it back to you there, Zach. Appreciate it.
All righty. Well, thanks for checking in, Marvin. Looking forward to hearing from you next week and catching up with you at the picnic. We'll move on down the list to K0SQS. Harold, how are you this evening?
W0ZAC in the net, K0SQS. Just fine, Zach. Thanks again for running the net. Not much going on here in Monette. Too hot to play golf. Sitting inside, I mowed. I clipped off the weeds, the tops of the weeds last week, and believe it or not, I got 3/4 of an inch of rain last Saturday. So what I've got out there in the yard greened up a little bit, but I'm afraid it's going to just turn dry and burn up again. Anyway, looking forward to the picnic and also the fair coming up September the 2nd, I believe it was. And just confirm for me that the picnic starts at 5. Is that correct?
That is correct. 5 p.m. on Saturday the 13th.
Okay, thank you. I had 6 o'clock on my calendar, so I've got to get that corrected. Otherwise, the XYL will give me some static. Anyway, nothing else. Appreciate you, like I say, running the net. K0SQS.
All righty. Thanks for checking in, Harold. Look forward to seeing you at the picnic. We'll jump on down the list here to Kilo Echo Zero, Oscar Mike Juliet. Roger, how are you?
KE0MJ, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I don't think I've checked in here before. I was trying to the last couple of weeks, but just here at the house in Ozark and have the radio on. I got the reminder that you guys are getting ready to go up. So just sitting back and trying to enjoy, I guess. Your signal's coming in good here. And just say hi to everybody, and thanks for doing the net. 73.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you checking in with us, Roger. Your signal sounds great. Doing a good job getting in there. Thanks again for being there, and if you'd like to stop in and join us for the barbecue, you'd be more than welcome. We'll slide on down the list now to WB0OQV. Jim, how are you this evening?
W0ZAC, WB0QV. Okay, Zach, well, thanks for running the net again. You're doing a good job, and doing okay here. I actually haven't done hardly anything today, listening on HF a little bit, not hearing too much, so need to mow the yard, but I talked myself out of it. Not really anything to mow, it's just cut off the top of the weeds that's there. So anyway, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, you know, never know. Anyway, I don't have any information, and you all sound good tonight. W0ZAC, WB0QV.
All right, Jim. Well, thanks for checking in with it. We always appreciate you being there. I'm going to have to mow, too. I got a few of those weed tops that are just begging to be cut down, so maybe another couple of days and I'll get after it. We are at the bottom of the list, so we'll ask again, are there any check-ins for the OARS net? Please call now, W0ZAC.
AE0OC, Wes and Miller.
KE0YMZ, David, Springfield.
Alrighty, we've got two more added to the list here. We'll start at the top with Wes, AE0OC. How are you?
Well, hello, Zach, and everyone on the net. I'm doing pretty good. Everything's going pretty well around here. Been trying to get some stuff done on my tower. I decided that I wanted to make it look better, so I've been painting on it. I'll tell you what, I'm almost done with 2 sections out of 6, so it's kind of slow progress. But, you know, I'll get it eventually. Other than that, I got a hold of that guy that we were talking about last night about the 2-meter rig, and I think we've worked out a deal, and I'm going to go try to pick it up tomorrow.
Well, good deal. Good deal. I'm glad that worked out. Hopefully for a price that was agreeable between the pair of you.
Yeah, he made me a pretty good deal on it. I'm happy with the way it turned out, so I'm excited to get started with it, but it just means one more project, getting that antenna up and ready to go, and up on top of the, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of the big tower. I was kind of flip-flopping about what I wanted to do there, and that's what I think I'm going to do, is I'm going to stick it on top of the big tower with the tri-band or HF rig and go that way.
Cool, cool. Well, I'm glad you got it. Glad you got some plans. Now, you had an antenna to go with that, right?
Yeah, I bought I believe it was a 14-element horizontal beam from Bob. It's been probably a month or two ago that I bought it, and I kind of got the cart before the horse there, but it all worked out pretty well that way.
Cool. Well, you're all fixed up. The guy with the radio, was he local? I didn't really check.
Yeah, he's in Monette, so not too far away.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I'm excited for you. you'll have lots of fun with that, and eventually I hope to get my 2-meter sideband outfit back up in the air. Right now I'm without a place to mount that antenna, so one of these days we'll get it done. Wes, you got anything else for the net tonight?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get set back up pretty soon, and no, nothing else for the net. So thank you for running it, Zach. I'll catch you later. AE0OC, back to net.
Alrighty, Wes, we appreciate you checking in tonight, and we'll move on down the list to Kilo Echo Zero Yankee Mike Zulu. David, how are you, sir?
Well, good evening, Zach. Nice to meet you. I've never checked in on this net before. I heard about it a couple weeks ago, and I was going to check in last week, and I think a nap got in the way or something, and so here I am. I did hear a couple call signs that I'm familiar with. KTM, N0 KTM, and West OC, and so good evening to everybody on the net. And I'm just ducking limbs. They're falling. I just had one at the beginning of the net, another walnut limb fall on my house. It cruised past the window after making a big racket, and so I guess I'm going to have to get out there and saw some of them up. But nothing other than that. That's all the excitement that's going on over here. Hope to be checking into the net more often, and thanks for letting me in.
Well, you're very welcome. We appreciate you being here, and you're welcome to check in anytime. Again, this net's held every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. right here on the W0 OAR repeater. So again, thanks for being here, and we'll ask at this time, are there any more check-ins for the OARS net? Please call now.
Kilo Echo Zero, Uniform Papa Yankee, that's KE0UPY, Christopher in Mount Vernon.
All right, we got one more there. Kilo Echo Zero, Uniform Papa Yankee. Christopher, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm doing better than I was last week. Right before the net last week, my chair quit on me. The tilt feature quit and disabled my chair. I was actually stuck in the living room for a couple hours, and the radio was in the bedroom. The backup chair, the batteries were dead, so I had to put new batteries in it, but I got it put back together, and I am mobile once again.
All right, well, I'm glad you got that all sorted out. That would be quite a bummer to not have that mobility there. How you doing on radio stuff, Christopher?
Well, after the whole chair incident, I was considering wiring a radio to my old chair now that it's not covered under insurance and I can rightfully do whatever I want to it. I was considering hooking a radio to it, but I was kind of curious. It's got two 12 volts ran in parallel to run the chair. I'm not sure if that would overdrive a radio or not.
I missed part of that. Tell me again, Chris. What's driving it?
I was saying the chair has it's got two 12-volt batteries, so it runs on a 24-volt setup. I just wasn't sure if hooking a radio directly to one of those batteries wouldn't be too much power, being that they're connected to each other.
So you've got two batteries in series to make 24 volts, correct?
That is correct.
Well, I'm no expert there, but I would think you could tap off of one battery to get 12 volts just for your radio, and that would be sufficient. You certainly do not want the 24 volt feed. That would not be good.
That was kind of my issue. I wasn't sure if it would draw off of both batteries or if just connecting the one would work, or how I'd go about doing that.
Again, not an expert. I've never tried to do that off of a system that was in series. I would think it would work, but I'd probably want to put a multimeter on that and see what kind of voltage you're pulling off of one battery, if it makes any difference at all, before I hooked anything up.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. I'll probably have somebody help me out with that, just so I don't burn anything up. But anyway, I just wanted to check in, say hi, and that's pretty well it.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you stopping by to check in with us tonight, and looking forward to seeing you at the picnic if you can make it, and later on down the road at the Billings Fair. That should prove to be a fun evening. Well, thanks again, Chris. We'll move on down the list here. Well, that was the bottom of the list, so we'll ask one more time. Are there any other check-ins for the OARS net? This is W0ZAC. Please call now. Nothing heard. We'll give it one more try. This will be the last call. Last call for the OARS net. Please call W0ZAC. Okay, well, we'll call that the end of the net. Tonight we had a total of 9 check-ins, including myself. Thanks to everyone who checked in this evening. The next net will be held at 7 p.m. next Tuesday, right here on the W0OAR repeater. Good evening to all. Have a safe week. This net is now closed at 7:22 local time. I'll now return this repeater to regular amateur radio use. 73 W0ZAC.